It's day 4 of the 7-day yoga challenge. I'm Shar, and today is all about embracing stillness and practicing Ahimsa, which is nonviolence and compassion. And reflecting on that, I love this quote by Audre Lorde: caring for myself is not self-indulgence, it is self-preservation. A whole word. And today's gentle practice is about listening inward, honoring where we are, and moving forward with that love for ourselves. So grab a mat, find a spot, and let's flow. So, day 4, stillness. How can we be more still? And the first pose that pops up, and tell me if this relates, child's pose. Bring those knees all the way out, feet come together, rest your forehead down on the mat. If this feels a little bit challenging for you on the way down, grab a rolled up blanket, a pillow, or a block, and place it between your hips, right where your tailbone sits. Come into this really reflective pose to begin day 4, stillness. How can we bring that stillness, that inner peace, into our everyday life? And of course, I think of Ahimsa as non-violence integrated with how we feel about ourselves, how we talk, how we look at ourselves. Perfect. Come back up into an easy seated position. Rolling those shoulders down and back. Take the shoulders, roll them forward. And reach your arms up. Inhale in, space between each fingertip. Exhale over to the left. Right arm comes over that body, keeping that gaze focused up to the ceiling. Switch sides. Exhale, right arm comes down to the mat. Left arm reaches up. Go ahead and turn that chest up and out. Gaze focused at the ceiling if you can. Reach the arms back up. Exhale, rotate those wrists down. Breathe here. Go ahead and extend your left leg, keeping that right leg tucked in, taking a lateral stretch. Reach the arms up. Exhale over to the left. Right arm reaches up overhead. Go ahead and try to keep those left toes pointed up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring that right hand down on the mat. Start to push through the palm, lift the hips, squeeze the glutes. Reach up overhead on the left. Oh, really feels so good if you really put your full stretch into this, like really explore that. It feels so good. And switch legs. Right leg extends, left leg tucks in. Breathe it in. Exhale over to the right. Left arm reaches up overhead. Keep those left toes or those right toes pointed up to the ceiling. Exhale, left hand comes down. Start to push into that palm. Lift the hips, squeeze the glutes. Raise the pubic bone up, reaching up overhead with the right hand. Exhale, come back down. Perfect. Just place your feet on the mat. Windshield wipe the legs. Ooh, breathe it out. That felt good. I love that fluid movement. Go ahead and keep your right leg tucked in. Take your left foot guided over that right knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, reach over to the left, spinal twist. And you can wrap your right arm around this knee, or you can move into a full twist. Your choice. Breathe here. And if you follow my channel, you know how much I love a good spinal twist. But I thought for day 4, kind of switching it up, doing this beautiful, easy twist would feel a lot better and a little bit different than we usually do here. Reach the arms up, switch legs, exhale, switch. Right foot steps just outside that left knee. Spine twist over to the right, and you can take that left arm, wrap it around your right knee if you like. Keep your gaze focused past your right shoulder if it feels comfortable. Breathe. You got this. You are deserving, you are worthy. All these things that you need to feel better in the moment, to tell yourself to kind of counteract the negative thoughts that pop up in your mind, these little small actions of violence against yourself. Let's have a moment to kind of counteract. You can release that bind. Come into an easy seated position, hands together. Just take a moment to bring to the forefront of your mind some affirmations that make you feel better, to counteract these thoughts that pop up. Intrusive are recurring. We all have them. Let the spine straighten up. Pull the shoulder blades back just a bit to let that chest open up. Bring the breath in. You are worthy. You are deserving of your desires. Your looks do not prove your value. You are healing. Let's rest our hands down to the mat. Come and meet me in a tabletop position. Adjust yourself if you need to. If you're like me, before you do, grab a sip of water if you don't have one near you. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. You know what's next. Drop that belly, carve the nose up, come into a a cow. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, dome the spine, move into a cat. And back and forth like this. Let your own breath guide you, moving in that inhale into a cow, and exhale, doming the spine, chucking the tailbone into a cat. Few movements like this. Breath out. Just to connect our breath with the body, wake up our spine, start that warmth building from our core. And come into a neutral tabletop, and we're going to bump our hips out to the left as our left ear tries to touch that hip, and switch sides over to the right. So we're scrunching right in the middle like we're crushing a can, right in between our waist as our hips and the left part and the right part of our ear act as if they're going to touch. Oh, just left or right. Oh, it feels so wonderful. And just be mindful of what your body is wanting right now. Neutral tabletop, go ahead and tuck the toes. And we're going to sink our hips back. Forehead comes to mat into an active child's pose. So that's our exhale. Inhale, we look up, coming into up dog. Palms rooted into the mat, thighs lifted, chest pointing out and forward, shoulder blades come back. Exhale, move into that active child's pose. So toes tucked, hips to heel. And up dog. Let your body become familiar with this pose, this movement. Show some love and some stretch opportunity for these toes. When you're in up dog, that spine is curved, that chest is open, that breath is brought in, a deep inhale, all the way to the diaphragm. Exhale, push it out, hips to heel, come into a child's pose. This time, tuck the toes, step it back into down dog. Once you get there, pump the legs, cycle it out, let that blood flow throughout the body. Let's keep building this warmth. And this is not a power yoga flow. This is more of a mindful movement More of a hatha yoga flow if you want to put a name to it. So don't worry about how fast you need to go or if you need to perfectly move in these poses. All you need to worry about is feeling good and kind of meeting yourself in between the thin line of a challenge and a stretch. Inhale, look up. Inhale, look up, and soften the knees down to the mat. Rest your hips on to your heels. Kneeling position, roll those shoulders down and back. Take a second, rub your hands together, get that warm. Especially if you're in a cold, snowy state like I am, or we're snowed in, just take your hands, rub them on your arms. Take a moment, touch your belly, your thighs, roll those shoulders down and back. Just come into yourself for a moment before we rise up on our knees, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, and we're going to have some modifications of moving into a camel. So you can place your hands right where your hips and the top part of your glutes meet. And exhale, nose carves up. You lean back, letting your hands push into that lower back, supporting you. Or if you're feeling really comfortable and flexible today, then you can move into full camel, which is going to be grabbing at these heels, leaning back, opening up the chest. Exhale, let's safely move out of here by dropping the chin to chest, slowly coming back up on our knees. Exhale, coming down, hips to heels. Open up those knees, forehead drops down. Move into child's pose, which I don't know if you can tell, but today is my absolute favorite. Extend the hands in front of you so you can stretch those lats out. Breathe in deep, 3 big breaths here. Inhale in, exhale, inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale. Perfect. Inhale, look up. Lean forward onto your hands, cross your legs, come sit down. We're going to extend our legs out the length of the mat. Toes pointed up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach the arms up, space between each fingers. Pull the fingers up, kind of shimmy the hips so you're lengthening through that spine. Exhale, forward bend, letting the hands come where they want to today. This time we're going to have our palms facing up towards the ceiling, dropping the head. Gaze is focused between our legs are closed if we feel comfortable, if we feel safe. Shoulder blades are spread across the back. That lower back is going to open up. Breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, slowly rise up. Take your hands, guide them up your legs as you sit up. And let's recline. Coming onto our back. Push through your head to shimmy those shoulder blades underneath you. Adjust yourself. Bring those knees to chest. Wrap yourself up in a big hug. Once you do, just rock back and forth on that spine. Oh man, it feels so good sometimes to just be like this. Be still, be in the moment. And you know, that actually meaning something. Being still, not necessarily doing anything that's deemed, quote, productive, but it's still benefiting you, mind, body, and soul. Take those knees, we're going to guide them over to the right. Open up the arms to a T, or cactus, or you can keep one of your arms or one of your hands just rested on those knees, and they're bent at a 90-degree angle. Breathe here. Let gravity do the rest. All you need to do is just open up into this pose. And it feels really nice sometimes to have a little prop underneath your bent knees. Oh, it just feels so wonderful sometimes, especially when that lower back or those hips feel really tight, or sometimes when our knees can't make it all the way over and touch the ground. That extra prop, whether it's a couple of pillows, more than just one blanket, adding those, it actually does a lot. Come back through to the center, bring the knees up to the chest with you. Rock back and forth, give yourself this hug. You deserve it. Guide the knees over to the left, open the arms up to a cactus, to a T, your choice. Relax the body, let it be still. Really settle into the stretch before coming back. Last time to give yourself a big hug. Lift the toes with you, spread them. Now point the toes. Pick the toes up. Spread each little toe and point. Extend both legs. You can release now. And give me a good morning stretch. And exhale, release. We've made it. Our final pose, Savasana, into corpse pose. You can rest your hand on your abdomen, the other hand on your chest. Big breath in for me wherever you are. Inhale. Exhale, just a little bit longer than it. Inhale. Perfect. Inhale in. Exhale, push it out. Let the body shrink. And inhale last time. Exhale last time. Let the arms come out wherever they meet. Relax the body, relax the eyes, relax the forehead, the jaw, the shoulders, the neck, the hips, the feet. Let your body be still. A word that I've brought up a lot in this practice, but what you don't see is even in real life, I'm using this word so much more. Be still. And that's when most of the answers just all click and come together. What you were looking for, what you didn't think you were looking for, but actually needed, it all comes together when we just be still. And it's so hard to be still. But I promise you it is so worth it. So we're going to take a few minutes here to close out this beautiful flow that we had together and just be in Savasana. How nice it is. Relax, relax. Let's slowly bring our conscious mind back to right now. Slowly bring that awareness through the soles of your feet up to the ankles. Wiggle the toes and bring the awareness up to the knees, the bottom of your legs, all the way up to your hips. And from the hips to the belly, to the chest, your shoulders, your back, your head, and lastly your mind. And on your next breath out, roll over on your side, using that arm as a pillow. And whenever you're ready, push yourself back up. Coming back into a seated position. Reach those arms up. Bring the palms together. Let's bow the head, coming into a prayer position. Bow the head and let's close our practice. Thank you so much for showing up and flowing with me today for day 4, all about stillness. This practice of Ahimsa, just even a little bit, shows you that it really does begin within. And treating yourself like you would your very best friend is how we should gently handle ourselves. Take a chill pill, relax, be nice to yourself. You deserve it. So let's flow right into tomorrow, which is day 5, reconnecting with mind, body, and spirit. I cannot wait to see you. Subscribe to my channel so you are up to date and can flow with me for this beautiful 7-day challenge. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. Find me on Instagram at shar.newmoon. Peace.